everybody. Welcome back to the Chuck and Lisa Show. I'm the Chuck half, and my beautiful bride sitting across from me
Chuck half?
is the better half. The Chuck half. Yeah, the Chuck half and the better half.
Is that like left and right Twix?
Kind of.
Except better.
Except better, because you got a Lisa on one side. You got a chunk on the other side.
A chunk.
A chunk. Welcome, everybody. We're glad to see you. In the background, you hear our awesome producer and my co-host on the right side of politics, Mr. Dersh.
Nobody knows him.
Not Dershowitz, Dershamer.
Are you sure?
You know how many times people say, I'd like to watch you, but I'm not watching you do a show with Dershowitz. I just laugh. I'm like, he's not on the show.
I wish I had Dershowitz's money.
Yeah, but I'd rather have you as a co-host than him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hi, Lisa. She
Hello.
said hi in the timeline.
What?
I said, you say hi.
I said hi.
Yep. So we're going to talk about things that have nothing to do with anything, really, at least politically oriented.
Yeah.
This is a show just for fun and stories you aren't going to hear on the news.
Probably.
Yep. So
Especially
that's
if
what.
you don't watch the news.
Oh, if you watch the news, you're not going to hear about this. You're hearing about all the other garbage Dershie and I have to talk about later. Right, Dersh?
Correct.
Correctamundo! Well, let's get rolling here. If nobody, wait, what have we done in the last week?
Nothing.
Well, we went out a couple times.
We went to the antique store.
Yeah, that was fun. We went to
out
an antique store the size of an old, huge
it's like
department
like a
stores.
Kmart, like an old
Yeah,
Kmart.
it's like an old Kmart. And it's just filled with antiques, row after row after row.
And some junk.
And junk. A lot of junk.
Auntie Teak? Who's she married to?
Our.
Uncle Ben. Oh, wait, no, he's not allowed to be an uncle anymore, isn't he?
He and Aunt Jemima ran off away together.
Uh-oh.
Seeing they were kicked off TV for just being...
Now it's Ben's rice, I think. It's not Uncle Ben's rice, it's just Ben's rice.
Correct.
What's the hell's the difference in that?
Don't know.
Well, the
They just
picture.
have a black man standing on the box.
They took the
Now
picture off too.
Right.
He wasn't standing on the box.
Yeah, there was a little black guy standing on the side of the box. That was Uncle Ben back in the 70s, 60s.
Okay.
Yep. And of course, Aunt Jemima. We love Aunt Jemima. She was so sweet. Nobody ever thought of her racially.
Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway.
But she had the best syrup ever made on the
Oh,
planet.
well, not she used to. When it was made out of cane sugar, now it's made out of corn syrup.
Well, I don't eat regular sugar because it's got so much syrup because it's got so much sugar in it.
Yeah.
So I get the sugar free, and Aunt Jemima's
okay.
sugar free is the best that there is. I mean,
Is there? I believe
there's
that.
nobody
Yeah.
even close.
Nobody. I'm telling you, it's nobody. Did you know in 1776, Thomas Paine published Common Sense?
Yep.
Yeah?
It's now extinct. Nearly.
Did you know that in today's money, because I heard this today, in today's money, the money that Thomas Paine got for publishing that, for selling it, would be about $66 million in today's money.
Holy crap. That's a lot. No wonder he was so rich.
Okay.
Whoa. That's incredible, really.
Yeah.
You know, that puts him among the richest in America right then and there.
Probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, did you know? I just find this interesting is that the book was published. The book was published with lines missing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it would have something. He would say against the king, and the printers
Take it
wouldn't
out.
print it because they didn't want to be arrested
Yeah.
for treason. So you
Right.
buy the book and you can go into the printer, and the printer is like, I can tell you what it says, but you're going to have to write it in yourself. So they would literally put a blank line there, and then people would come in and the printer would tell them what it said, and then they'd fill it in themselves.
That's funny.
So
That's
that person would be arrested for treason and not the printer.
That's funny. Huh. How about that? Yeah, that was a significant book even today. Still. The American Civil War, 1861. Florida secedes from the United States.
Yay!
How do you feel about that, Dersh? You beat me to it.
Now that I know that, I'm sorry the North won.
You're funny.
I wish you would have stayed. I wish you would have stayed seceded.
Again. Oh no, just Key West tried to secede. Remember that A1A thing?
Yeah, Key West tried to secede from the United States.
Yeah, it's interesting because that's happening all over the country. I mean, counties are leaving states or trying to leave one state, go to another state.
Yep.
It's pretty funny.
Oregon or Washington is thinking about splitting into 3 parts.
Yeah.
California is thinking about Northern California and Southern California.
Well, they actually,
or California, as they'd call it.
Yeah, they want to split it into 5 parts.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That would make sense. It's freaking huge, and there's a bazillion people there.
Yeah.
Florida?
No, California.
California.
Oh, yeah.
It's too freaking big with too many people. Let's see. 1870. Speaking of, wasn't he the first billionaire, John D. Rockefeller?
Yeah.
Standard Oil.
What about Vanderbilt?
I don't know. Could be one or the other.
It could be somebody else too. I can look.
Yeah. All right.
All them dudes were so rich back then.
Oh yeah. Well, a billion in 1895 or whatever. I thought so.
Yeah.
A billion in 1890. He probably had 2 billion or 3 billion by then.
Although it's debatable.
Yep. He was the richest guy in the world at the time. Well, in America, I rephrase.
Yeah. The Vanderbilts had a little cash too.
There was still
they
a certain.
They actually sort of lied about it some, maybe. So
there was still a certain family in England that owned all the central banks. That was the richest in the world.
You know who they think was really the first billionaire?
Oh.
Henry Ford.
That makes sense.
That totally makes sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? But that's later.
He didn't really have $1 billion when they said he had $1 billion.
Okay.
Anyway.
All right. 1920, League of Nations hold its first meeting.
Did your mom go?
My mother was the keynote speaker.
Yeah.
She was right after she got through watching NBC News. Oh God! 1738, Ethan Allen was born. That's pretty cool. That was the birth of all those great furniture stores. Some people will believe me. He's a patriot. He's a patriot from the Revolutionary War.
I don't even think they have stores anymore.
North Carolina is a place to go for furniture, dude.
Oh yeah.
Thomasville and High Point.
Or that resale place that we bought that amazing couch at.
The thrift shop?
The thrift shop. We found an original 1960s MCM couch for $40.
Sleeper sofa.
Nice.
Never slept in sleeper sofa.
Well, we don't know that.
We don't know that, but there's no damage, no sagging of springs, no nothing, and there
Cool.
wasn't a spot on it for $50.
That's not too
So
bad.
check out your thrift stores. You can get some amazing stuff.
You don't get anything with bed bugs in it.
Yeah, that's big.
All of our bedroom furniture and all of our shelving in our living room is all from North Carolina.
That's cool.
We went up and got it straight out of the factory, right at home.
Yeah. All at home in your truck?
Yep.
You have a trailer or just a truck?
Just a trip. And then we had to put it together.
Yeah.
Which is no fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, not
some
even
assembly
a little
required.
bit. Yeah, all of it. What's the
I don't
difference?
even like putting stuff together with Chuck.
Some assembly required. I hardly ever look at the instructions anymore because I've done so many of them at this point.
Yeah.
It's like use your logic.
But then at the end.
Then you've got the ones with the multiple size screws and nuts and stuff. Then you have to.
Leftover parts, and I'm like,
well, they always
are you sure you read the
They
directions?
They do.
Always send spares.
They don't always.
Yes, they always
almost all the time you get spares, which is annoying because you're like, okay, like Lisa said, I'm looking at it going, gee, I wonder what I forgot. not to screw
Yeah.
together.
Well, you know how I look at it? I go more screws for my bin, because I mean, if there's like angle joints, or or certain size screws that I don't have, I'm like, oh, I didn't have any of these,
Yeah.
because I always use them for something. Because Miss Chuck fixes everything, right, Miss Lisa?
Yeah.
That's what he
You know
does.
why? You
Why?
have all those extra screws.
That's right.
Chuck always has screws loose.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Dad jokes galore coming from Durst.
know,
Let's see.
The putting furniture together was where the GOK cans were invented. You know what a GOK can is? God only knows what's in there. It's that can where you throw all your extra screws and bolts and stuff.
I've got a truck, a bin in my crossover box in my truck that has about 3-4 inches of screws that's this big. Then I've also got a jar in the house that's about that big. Then I've got a drawer with several things in there that are full. I won't run out of screws or nails. Well, nails I sometimes run out of because people don't use them anymore so much,
Yeah, you know what's bad?
What?
So when you disassemble a 65 Volkswagen bus,
Yeah.
and take the engine apart and put it back
Right.
together and have extra bolts and screws left over.
That's a problem. Now, you don't want me left over when you do that. You've got a problem. Your engine might just fall off.
That's what my father-in-law did.
Oh my God! Go back and find where all the rest of them go.
No,
Okay,
he had to haul to a Volkswagen place and
I'll bet
had
he
them
did.
find out where they went. But yeah, he had a whole bunch of them. I mean, dozens of screws and bolts and stuff were
Oh my God!
left over
That's a
after he was
problem.
done.
He probably didn't attach most
I
of
was
the
like-
interior paneling.
I was like,
They got all the screwed-on panels around it.
I'm like, I am not riding in that bus.
I could disassemble a Volkswagen in my sleep. They're so easy; it's ridiculous.
But can you put it back together?
Oh God, yes.
You didn't
That's what
say that.
that's what he thought too.
Oh, I can. I've done it. I've built 2 cars and 2 engines in my life, and
Hmm.
done a lot of suspension work and everything like that. So yeah, I know my way. All right, let's see. 1944. A velvet voice of Frank Sinatra.
No. Remember?
Oh no, Junior.
Yeah.
Sorry,
not
that was
yet.
Junior.
Yeah.
Sinatra Senior had to be born at least 20 years early. Well, he wasn't that young when he had him, so probably about 1915, I would say.
Who?
Check
He
out
was-
when Sinatra was born. I bet it
He
was
was the
not.
heartthrob in the 40s, remember?
Yeah,
All the girls loved him.
Rolling Stone came out with the top 200 singers of all time,
Mm-hmm.
and Frank Sinatra, Bing Crosby,
blah, blah.
who else? Somebody else that was from the day. Well, Elvis
Elvis.
weren't even in like the top 50.
Oh, and they left Celine Dion off.
Celine
did
Dion
that?
wasn't.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Celine Dion wasn't
You
in it
know-
at all.
That magazine is not what it used to be.
No, it's a piece of garbage. But yeah, I mean,
It's a rag now. But back
My-
in the 70s, oh my God, it was like the place to go or 80s. It was the place
Yeah.
to go for rock and for music news.
Michael Jackson was like down in the 60s or something like that.
Yeah.
I
Half of the people in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that they hold don't deserve there, and half the people that should be in there are not in there.
aren't. And, well, I mean, more than half of the people in there aren't even rock and roll bands.
Right.
Right. I mean, that's not representative of rock and roll. Somebody needs to do a real rock and roll. Hall
Yeah,
of
they
Fame.
need to change
That
that
was-
to the Music Hall of Fame, then have a separate Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, or this is our opinion, because it's not based on anything except for what's his face, the owner's whims.
Well, the owner does the nomination, but
Right.
people vote on it.
Right, but if
But-
they don't give him a good choice to vote for,
Right. Yeah, exactly. And which is usually the case.
Yeah.
they don't just have everybody write in who their choice is and have the computer scan it.
No,
Anarchy.
because there are bands that he does not want in the Rock and Roll Hall of
Right.
Fame, and so
Exactly.
he will not do anything like that.
He is extremely political in his choices.
Political.
See, there goes my Texan. I was talking about my Texan the other day. Once you've lived in Texas for any amount of time, you will never ever lose part of their vernacular. Like I said, reset instead of reset.
No, reset is the word.
Design, that was it. Wasn't it?
No.
It was D something or other.
No.
Anyway, I say design or reset instead of resign or reset, you know.
No, those aren't even any other words you were using. But...
I know, but I do it with everything.
Yeah.
That's okay. I love living in Texas.
Hey, Chuck, you like the screen? Have you taken a look at it lately?
Oh, I haven't. Oh, wow, I haven't seen that in a while. I sell those. They're only $5 a piece. They're a bumper sticker. And everybody that's got them, and there's quite a few people who have bought them now, right, Lise?
Mm-hmm.
Wear it proudly on the tail of their car.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Wear it on your tail!
Stick it on your tail.
Fly your flag! So anyway, it's only $5. Go to Louise, that's Lisa's store on eBay. And I think it's still the only item there, isn't it?
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Every once in a while I stick something else on there.
Yeah, you need to use that more, too.
And Chuck will
Don't tell
autograph
me
it
what
for
to
you
do.
if you
Don't
want.
tell me what to do. What?
Chuck will autograph one if you want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Just ask.
You gotta ask, though.
You gotta ask, because otherwise I won't do it. All right. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Golly, we're going slow today. I've got so many stories and we're having a good time, frankly. Rod Stewart was actually born in 1945. So when he was popular in the 70s, he was already 30 and over.
Yeah.
Well, everybody in the 70s is like, everybody over 30 is...
No, that was in the 60s.
Oh, that was the 60s. Okay. He was a singer, if you don't know him.
But he was in bands before he was a solo person.
Right.
The Faces.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he was. He was in since he was 16 or 17 as a musician. He did it very young. 1949, George Foreman was born. In 1950, the George Foreman Fryer was born. I'm kidding. George is the father of 8 boys named George.
Girls.
Oh,
and
7
girls and 5 boys. I looked.
And they're all named George.
No, the girls are not named George.
Oh, all the
Girls
boys.
are named George.
One of the girls.
I thought they are.
Okay, I just pulled this up.
All right.
Maybe I don't know. The boys are all named George.
Right. I thought he named all of them.
One of
George.
them's name is Georgetta, but then the rest of them have different names.
Oh, okay. You got bored, huh?
I think the wife's probably got mad.
1953, Pat Benatar was born.
Did she make it into the Hall of Fame yet? I think she
Prob-
finally did. This
she?
year. This year, finally, I think.
There's so many that aren't in there that should be. All right, that's all I got about that. Are you feeling depressed?
Who?
Anybody?
Why?
Because if you perform random acts of kindness, it may help.
Random?
Random.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's cool. But don't do that thing at Starbucks because that is actually be annoying.
Screw Starbucks.
No, I'm saying to the people that like work at Starbucks when you say I'm going to pay for the person behind me or whatever. Apparently
Yeah,
that's a
pay it
pain in the
forward.
ass. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like go do it for somebody that isn't.
because you always have to ask the person behind them what they want before you charge the lady or man or whatever.
Well, no, they usually have the already in there.
Okay.
But
All right.
what I'm saying is, if you can afford to go to Starbucks, don't give your money to somebody else, not somebody who's in line at Starbucks.
So basically, the summary of this study is not about Starbucks. It's about random acts of kindness led to improvements not seen in 2 other therapeutic techniques used to treat depression or anxiety: drugs and something or else. Oh, psychology. So be nice. Social connection you've got to have. The study said social connection is one of the ingredients of life most strongly associated with well-being. Seems to be the best way to promote these connections. Well, that makes sense. If you're depressed and lonely, find people and be nice.
Don't worry,
be
be
nice.
happy now.
Exactly.
5 boys and 7 girls,
Oh, wow.
and only one of the girls is named Georgetta.
Huh.
George.
So he
George,
batted
George.
500.
Georgia, the jungle.
Yeah, something like
Can
that.
you play? I think you can play the video on the next one. I told you.
9.
before. The hero crossing the guard.
9.
Is that a 10 or yes?
9.
You can see the picture, so you can click on it. You don't have to scroll.
You cannot have a truck.
You serious?
I'm serious.
You're a twat.
Serious
What?
is a heart attack.
That's a bad word.
No, I thought
I'm
shit
serious
was.
as a heart attack, Chuck.
Oh man, so I can't show the video of this heroic crossing guard. This lady, this speeding car, this crossing guard is standing there with her hand up, saying "Stop, stop, stop,"
Yeah.
and the kid starts walking. She assumes the car's going to stop. Big, tall an ass,
Mhm.
and they barely get across, and it hits the crossing guard and sends her tumbling.
Yeah.
And it turns out she had minor injuries, and
Where
she
was
was
this?
okay. This was in Northeast Maryland.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yep. So she was treated with minor injuries and released. She's probably bruised all back.
Probably so.
Oof. That had to hurt. The next one. Mama dog stops traffic to get help for her family.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Where was
Mama?
this?
Let's see. Prosecuted. You always ask me that first. I haven't got. Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Don't worry. Be
So
happy
a
now.
rescue worker chanced upon a dog asking for help from drivers along the road that she was driving on in the forest of Puerto Rico. She got down to help the dog and saw 2 other puppies by the side of the road. It ended up being 5 other puppies. As she looked through the forest, she found the rest of them.
They were all named George.
She took them all to the shelter,
Mm.
and they're all now safe and awaiting adoption.
Nice.
Uh-huh. It looks like a basic. We had a wild dog that hung out at our apartment and stuff. We didn't even let her in. Her name was Brandy.
How do you know what her name was? Did
We
she tell you?
We named her. She answered to it, so she knew what we were talking about.
Ah,
So for about a year or so, while we lived at this one place, we gave her stuff and all that. She looked like that had all litter of puppies, or had many. I guess is a good way to say it.
yeah.
They were sagging, but she was a sweet. And this, you could probably see the color, even or no. 9. Let me save time.
Well, if I knew which article you were talking about, I could tell you.
Happy, healthy news. The next
Oh, pretty doggy.
This is our producer, and I love him.
Doggy. Are we talking about
She's
a dog
cutie.
or something like
Yeah,
that?
she looks so much like the basic dog down in the Caribbean.
The
And
mama
a
dog.
lot of them look just like her.
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
She's a cutie.
So I think
pie.
that's pretty cool that a mother dog would do that for her children.
Oh.
Stop! Need help! My children need milk.
Doggy milk.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, she's a cutie.
Yep. Isn't she a sweet girl? See, you were able to do that.
I would
Daryl!
help her.
Oh yeah, she's cute.
I would help her.
Daryl said, if you want my corpse, and if you think I'm sexy.
Ew.
That ain't right, Daryl. That just
Yeah.
ain't right. All right, there's next one. It's from Boing Boing.
Ooh.
Get dirty.
Too late.
Oh, that boy. What would we do with him? You tell this story.
What story?
Oh, you.
I don't know what story you're talking about.
Look at the Wirecast
What story are you talking about, Chucky?
and click on the one that's from Boing Boing.
Boing, boing.
No, you read it.
Come
You
on.
don't even read these ahead of time, and I read them and I send them to
No,
you.
I
and
know.
That's not fair.
I wanted you to read some.
That's not my deal.
Why not? You're a great speaker. I love hearing you talk.
No.
Ask Daryl.
Okay, no. It's just they have this. Look at the
Why
way.
you don't?
That's all. As far as it goes. Yes, it is. I can't
Alright.
scroll either.
Well, you need to
apparently.
fix. How did you fix yours, Dersh?
I did not.
So you could scroll, so you could see them.
I didn't really do it. Anything. I just made the.
Charcuterie's way up there.
Yeah, that's where
You
we
said
are.
go down at the bottom.
Well, I mean, I scroll up. So click on that.
Who does that?
I do. Because it pops up. I mean, when you look at the list, it's at the end. So you got to go up towards the top where I was.
Okay.
Common sense.
No. Thomas Paine did not say anything about scrolling up during Wirecast.
I bet he
I
did.
bet he didn't.
Are you at Charcuterie yet?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and tell us about it.
So these people, I don't even know who makes these, but they're like charcuterie chalet, gingerbread houses, but with meat, cheese, and other savory bits. Which that sounds dirty to me, but whatever. Pretzels, flatbread, smoked salami, cheese is the glue,
Parmesan?
Parmesan cheese is the snow.
Oh, wow.
For $130,
Is the whole thing edible?
it looks
Yeah.
like it.
The whole thing is edible.
Yeah.
Except for the
Meat-
piece of wood on the bottom.
Meat, cheese, nuts, dried fruit, cracker, and herbs.
Herb.
It doesn't say that you get the bottom piece of wood, even. I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, it's
That's
on
kinda
all
neat.
3 pictures.
Well, it's
so-
called the Charcuterie Chalet.
No, it's only $129.95.
Ooh, boy, what a bargain for me. That's something that a real meat lover would
It says
like.
you get a cake board, not get a piece of wood. They're just showing that.
Ah,
You know how, like, when you get food at the store and it says serving suggestion?
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's cute, isn't it? I wouldn't want one, but it's cute. I mean, if you're, like, seriously into your meat.
And the little trees are dried rosemaries.
Uh.
And the
Rosemary!
windows are little dried up oranges. He's no man. That's no man so little. So I'm looking at the main page. It's pretty funny.
I think
Yeah.
I'll take a hard pass on that one personally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's not me at all.
Yeah.
From the salamis to, I mean, I like salami. Those are pepperonis on there, not
They're,
salami.
they're small salamis.
Oh,
Yes.
I do like salami on a pizza. All right, let's talk about something else. Thank you, my dear. You want to do another one of them? You want to
Which-
do another one of them?
No,
Which
I already
one?
read all these.
I know,
When
but
I
do you
sent
want?
them to you.
No, do you want to read any more
Like,
of them?
no.
All right. And I wonder why my throat's tired by the
Florida
end of
man.
2 hours.
Florida
Florida
man.
man. Yep. 39-year-old Florida man now faces criminal charge in connection with a physical confrontation on a Park City chairlift.
Where's Park
That was
City?
Where's Park City?
Utah.
Utah. Oh, right, Utah.
They don't have airlifts in Florida.
Not very often. Or Parmesan.
We have chairlifts. It just has nothing to do
I'm
with
from
snow,
Lutz,
Chuck.
Florida. You know where Lutz is?
What?
Yeah. Do you know where Lutz, Florida is?
Lutz.
Lutz?
Lutz.
Can't say that I do, Chuck.
All right, he was charged
All right,
with
I'll
a
look.
Class B misdemeanor and disorderly conduct and a Class C misdemeanor.
It's in Hillsborough County, Dersh.
Oh, okay. That's why I don't know. I don't go
It's
over
near
there.
Tampa.
Is that out in the pen? Oh, okay.
Near
No, it's
That
Tampa.
makes sense.
It's Tampa. It's the most liberal county in the entire state, even more than Dade County in Miami.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
That's where all the New Yorkers come down to retire. It's Hillsborough.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Police say the assault occurred on December 26th while 2 men and a woman were riding on a chairlift. Reports that the 52-year-old man is also from Florida.
They probably knew each other.
I don't know.
What are the odds? 2 Florida men being in a
The
chairlift. in
39-year-old
Utah.
man who was sitting on the end of the chair loudly yelled at the victim who was sitting in the middle. "You gonna elbow me in my face?" the man yelled at the victim. Then he is seen punching the victim in the face while yelling several times, "What's wrong with you?"
I bet they're friends.
And then he told the victim, "I'm gonna embarrass you." So he probably posted the stupid video.
I don't know.
But he got arrested.
Dumbass.
Arraignment is scheduled for February 27th.
Do they have to go back to Utah?
I would think so.
What if they don't?
That extradition.
I don't think so. For that?
Yeah, why not?
Nah, it's a misdemeanor. I don't think they extradite people for misdemeanors.
Yeah.
I still have a ticket from Florida, a speeding ticket from 1994.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
just going to say I've got a parking ticket from Durango, Colorado, which I can never go back to Durango anymore.
I don't want to tell you how many parking tickets I have from Washington, D.C. from 40 years ago.
Well,
Ah,
they sent me,
it's a lot.
I forget what, they sent me a bill for it, and something was wrong on the address or something, and so I said it wasn't me, and they're like, okay.
That's funny. Oh, let's talk about something else. What time is it? 7:32. Hey, are you ever going to do 3 questions again? I'll just say it that way, because the last 3 weeks I asked, he's like, so,
Shut-
you know.
Chuck, I already have 3 questions, but
Oh.
You do
when I
not.
play the intro, the guy asked them for me, so I don't know what to do.
You used to have to say 3 different questions.
In other words, he doesn't have 3 questions. That's all right. What'd you think about that during the week, please?
Sure, Chuck.
Oh, God. I got to get him away from, what's the replacement for the Hallmark Channel?
Oh, the Great American Family.
Yeah, is that where you're living now?
Yep.
I know. You can't get him off that stupid show. That station. It used to be Hallmark until something happened, and I'm not going to go into it.
Yeah, no.
But let's talk about Archelaeus exoskeleton.
What?
There is something called an Archelaeus. Archelaeus.
Is that the way they say it in Texas?
Archelis. It's not Arch. It's
That's
Archelaeus.
a brand name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's their exoskeleton.
Archelaeus, I think.
Archelaeus. That's what I
You
said.
said Archelaeus.
And then I.
That's a chair.
All right, it's a chair.
It doesn't have any wheels on it. For
Looks
people
like-
that have to stand up all day.
Oh,
Looks like legs to me.
I thought it was
It's like
something different.
it's an exoskeleton.
Right. Huh. It's designed to improve mobility and assist with manual labor that can be taxing to the body.
It's like an exoskeleton.
A whole lot of barking going on in there,
Where in the exoskeleton?
in the house.
I know. I'll have to go see
I know
what
who
it
it is. Somebody in the box.
Yeah.
Yes, our new dog Muffin is feeling like fighting for superiority in the house and fighting, and that's not cool in our house. So we have a timeout room for dogs.
Yeah. Well, it's called a.
It's called a crate,
crate.
but it's a nice wooden one that sits in the
It's a
living room
coffee
as an
table
end
crate.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
End table.
She's not happy about being in there, but you know what? You attack the other dogs, you pay the price.
She in doggy jail.
She's in doggy timeout.
She joined Chuck there in Facebook jail.
I can't believe it's been 2 weeks and I'm still there.
Are you really on? Check today?
I've been posting there today.
Oh, okay.
Well, they haven't killed me yet.
Well,
Yet
There's
being the
still
key
time.
word.
still time.
So it's an exo chair.
It's an exoskeleton.
It's a wearable chair.
Sort of. Yeah.
Interesting. Weird. At $3,000.
Well,
How
they're
many
trying-
waitresses are going to be able to
That's
afford a
what they're-
$3,000
If you
exo
read the
chair?
article, it says it's geared toward employers that would people that have to stand for long periods of time and they have no other choice.
Right.
Could have used that when I was
Employ-
teaching.
Yeah, the employers would supply them,
Yeah.
but I mean, there's other kinds.
That's weird.
Yep.
I thought it was going to be one of those things that help people, because they've come up with an exoskeleton for people in wheelchairs, and it helps their legs move forward and everything else. But they're very expensive.
Well, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was one of those,
but it's
lighter.
not for wheelchairs.
No.
It doesn't have rollies on the bottom.
North Carolina.
What about it?
Fans rejoice. North Carolina's Cheerwine Festival is back.
We're going to miss it.
I know.
We're going to be at the All-Star race, darn it.
Yep. They have, at the Cheerwine Festival, they have food and drinks, crafts and arts, kids' activities, and more.
Do they have
They
Cheerwine?
would have. They have cheer
Lots
wine.
of Cheerwine.
Do they have Cheerwine?
Yep. Scheduled for Saturday, May 20th from noon to 10 p.m. in Salisbury. That's pretty cool.
I like
2017, they first hosted it to celebrate their 100th anniversary.
Yeah.
I like Cheerwine.
Diet cheer wine is
Very good stuff.
It's hard to find.
It is hard to
Very
find.
good. Yeah, it's really good stuff. Let's see. I had a crush on Emma Peel. I didn't love her. I crushed on her. I did love Elizabeth Montgomery.
I know you did.
Oof. What I would have done to have been 30 years older at that time. And yeah. Anyway, Emma Peel was up there with the hotness too. But that's not the point of my story. The Lotus of Land that she drove from in the TV.
It's coming.
Can you do that?
I can,
your
and
pants
I
on.
did. I can,
can do.
and I did.
Very good.
That's
Anyhow.
a cool car.
Isn't that beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
If you watch the TV show Avengers, it was on that show. It was in 19 series.
What?
In 19 episodes, sorry, of the series. It was then gifted to her after filming wrapped up by the production company.
That's cool.
That's a heck of a present. You know?
It's pretty easy to gift a fictional character a car.
Yeah.
You said it was Emma Peel's car.
Well, yeah. Well, you know what I mean.
Ugh.
So the Lotus Elan is a fiberglass body, 4-cylinder, very lightweight sports car. Very quick for its size. If you look at it, you immediately see that it looks like a Mazda
A Miata?
Miata.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Miata was designed to copy this car.
Well, I think it was the other way around. Because they didn't have Miatas then.
Really?
I don't know. It wasn't born.
They weren't back in time yet.
Ugh.
Oh, I wish I could play that
I think
video.
I'm allergic to this show.
Yeah, the video of her, the Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a video of her driving that car with, what was his name in the show?
Oh, I don't know.
Wasn't it Steel?
Steed.
Steed, yeah, Steed.
Steed. Yep.
Something like that.
That was a great car from a really good series. If you've never seen the series, I suggest you
Do
check
they
it out.
show it anywhere?
I think you can see it online.
We should find
I
it.
haven't looked.
Get back to us next week and let us know.
Yeah, we'll let you know what we find out. Alrighty.
Oh.
Anybody got any comments or nothing?
I'm allergic to this show.
No, you were sneezing in the house.
She's
Talk
allergic
about this
to,
time of the night. It's weird.
she's allergic to Chuck.
Maybe that's it. I keep telling him that. He won't believe me.
I don't believe her. She does it when I'm not around.
No, I don't. How do you know?
Because every day when you come in the house,
You're here.
When you come in the house, you're already sniffling.
No, I'm not.
Bull.
You're lying. Daryl,
She's
he's
lying.
Daryl.
She's lying.
He's lying.
No, I get it too when I get up around a certain area around.
I'm not talking about you. We're talking about me.
Well, you do it too. You've been with me when you started getting snuffled up.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're allergic to me.
That's it. Maybe you're allergic to your own self.
Oh Lord, what I put up with. You know, I was just talking to them about this before the show. I am definitely not a straight man, but I play the straight man in this show, and it's
You're
quite
not straight?
funny. The straight
Whoa,
man.
what are you trying to say, Chuck?
I'm trying to say I'm the comedian. If you read me online, I'll crack a joke in a heartbeat and make most of you bust out.
Not the comedian, our pair.
Well, in our pair, we're both like,
Doing something.
thank you very much.
Ah.
My on.
Ugh.
See, it's like a playback button. All I gotta do is say it, and they do it. Or
No,
it used to be if I said something you don't like, but I don't do that very often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Ugh.
Lisa's a snot-nosed brat.
I am a snot-nosed brat.
the next story is kind of cool. Ranger Road Motors gives disabled veterans a community on track. They set up a race team. I've seen these guys, a video of these guys. They're awesome.
They do sports too, and they were doing the other sports, and that's how the guy got the idea for the racing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they do like basketball and all the other sports too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the guys you always see.
I
That's
can't
all right.
show
You can
that
see
one.
the picture. You see the picture.
I can't show that one.
You can't show the
Oh.
picture.
Uh-oh.
There it goes.
Well, it's a picture.
It took it like forever to switch over to
Weird.
It's that Model A technology or Model T.
That was so weird. What picture do you want to show, Chuck?
Just the top one with the guys.
In the wheelchairs?
Yeah, for years, Jeff Langston struggled to connect with his father. The elder Langston was a disabled vet, and Jeff witnessed firsthand the overall lack of support for veterans. That's true. Langston always wanted to do something, but wasn't sure how he could support his father and his other heroes. In 1918, after his father passed, he
When?
2018, sorry. Wow, I'm old. I'm still thinking of the 1900s.
1918.
War.
I had a
19
flashback. I'm sorry.
1918 was your mother at the funeral?
She was busy hanging out with Woodrow Wilson.
She was busy starting World War I.
She was busy finishing it. She just went in the middle of them and said, "Everybody stop!" And she scared them all into a ceasefire.
That's it.
That's my mother.
Okay.
In 2018, after his father's passing, he was invited to a Ranger Road event. I did speak to her the other day, though.
I know.
So that was good. An hour talk without anything.
Yeah,
Charles?
see what she can do about Ukraine.
Oh God! I won't even talk to her about that. Every time I do,
I'm joking.
I get screamed at and then hung up on.
I'm joking.
So, Ranger Road is a nonprofit organization that provides veterans the tools they need during a crucial transition from military to civilian life. The group provides a variety of experiences and programs that might not be readily available for veterans, including skydiving, sailing, and hunting. As Jeff learned about Ranger Road, he discovered the community that was missing so many other veterans. He witnessed disabled vets participating in a skydiving event, and the participants were so full of energy and excitement that he and his close friend Jay immediately came up with an idea. They would add motorsports to the umbrella of programs offered by Ranger Road.
That's pretty cool.
Ranger Road Motors was born. It is pretty cool. The team
Racing's
decided
not a sport.
The team decided to build a race car specifically for veterans to drive, aimed to compete in the 24 Hours of Le Mans.
Very cool.
Nice.
They spelled it wrong. They spelled it lemons.
Lemons?
24 hours. Oh, maybe it is the 24
Maybe
hours.
it is the 24 hours
They
of
have
lemons.
a lemon race,
Do they?
so it could actually be the 24 Hours of Lemons.
That's very funny.
Yep. They managed to compete their first event without receiving a black flag, and you get those for not going up to speed, if you're wondering. The group finished in the top third of the 148 car field, finished top 20 in their class. That's not bad.
Pretty darn good.
It is a
First
thing.
race, handicap guys, not really racers.
Yeah. It is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's real. It says it's racing without the rich jerks.
I forgot about that. Jay Leno's show, he did a segment on that.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Nice looking car.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Everyone that participated was hooked. You go racing, you get in the car and go fast. From now on, you do what Ricky Bobby did. I want to go fast. Lisa got a Mustang. Now what she want to do?
What? I drive the speed limit every day.
Liar! She was telling me she hit 100 one day, and
Not on the highway.
No, but I was thinking to myself, that thing will do 145.
Not on the highway.
I'm glad it's not my daily driver, because we would have found out what it could do.
Yeah. We also would have had some tickets.
Probably.
Yes.
All right. The bond formed between these vets in one weekend was inspiring. Jeff J and the whole team realized they had created something special. The first race, the VW GTI they used, had traditional vehicle controls, meaning the drivers had to at least have one arm and one leg. But the veterans with more severe injuries wanted in the action. If you hand controls on in. So the team set up working the more accessories to it and hooked it up with everything they needed to drive.
Nice.
Pretty cool. It's really cool. Wait a minute. On one occasion, they learned that they needed what they needed out of experience. Like the time when a driver radioed, "I've got no brakes," in the middle of the race.
Crap.
That's a problem.
Yeah, did they forget the brakes?
Jeff scrambled to tell them where to pull off. Another vet hopped on and calmly asked, "Have you checked where your legs are right now?"
Where your legs are?
Yeah. Well, he's got no leg for the brake. He's using his upper leg to push the brake down.
Yeah.
And his foot fell off the brake pedal.
Ew.
And he got a call back from the driver saying, "Oh yeah, good call. I'm fine now. My other leg was just stuck under the brake."
Oh no.
So if you don't know, because you got no sensations,
Right,
you know?
I got that part.
Yeah, I know you did. It's pretty funny.
I'm looking at these funny cars that they do in the 24 Hours of Lemons.
Yeah.
They have to be like only $500.
Right. They have to be hoopties.
Yeah.
Right.
And they're funny. They look like
Jay Leno enters it every year.
campers and stuff. They're funny. I like
Every
yeah.
year. Sound. So they're in at least 5 races a year, including the 24 Hours of Lemons. And all the drivers have the same outlook on racing. I want to beat you at all costs.
That's cool.
Isn't that so cool?
It is.
Well,
I don't know if they're having it this year though. I can't find it, but
I don't think that that 300 ZX there is a $500 car though.
no.
Pretty cool. All right, let's move along.
Okay.
I get hooked on car stuff. Oh,
Rolling.
Breaking news from just the other day.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. Dale Earnhardt,
Junior.
Jeff Burton.
Dale Earnhardt
Dale-
Jr.
well, Senior's dead. So
Well, yeah,
he's Dale
He can
Earnhardt
still
now.
do things
Give him a word, finished him.
if he wants to.
So I didn't know where to go with that one for a second there.
I'm looking at her going, what? All right, Dale Jr.
Dale!
Jeff Burton! Signs up!
Dale!
Jeff Burton, who sounds just like Barney Fife. Kevin Harvick and Justin Marks, who's just an amazing dude.
Yeah.
He was a good driver, not a great driver, but on a road course, he was one of the best.
Well, Daddy's got the bucks.
Daddy's got big bucks, and he's got good intuition. He's the guy that
Yeah.
formed Trackhouse Racing. And Trackhouse won 2 races last year and got 2 cars into the... That's her in the box.
Oh,
She's not
okay.
happy.
Okay.
He's got 2 cars that won and got in the playoffs in his first year.
Second year, first year.
First year. They wondered if they would even if they would just have a season, no less be that fast. And they were competitive every single race, just about.
Right.
Quite amazing. His drivers are Daniel Suarez and the amazing Chastain. You don't even need to say his first name anymore.
No.
He's reached that status with that move at Martinsville.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep.
All right. So anyway, they have acquired ownership of the entire Cars Tour. That's a series of modifieds.
It's not super late models. It's late models.
Oh, it's late model.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was listening to yesterday. It's late models.
Late model is probably the biggest league in the country.
Late model stock.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they don't really plan to make any changes. They're just gonna
infuse it.
Yeah. Just make it better.
Yeah. One of the comments on it, somebody says, "Please, guys, don't fix it." It's a brilliant move. It's a great investment, and it's really big for racing because with their backing, hello. You know what I mean?
Yep.
All right. Let's see what's going on. Charlotte penalties announced. This is weird. Mike Shiplet has been restored as Xfinity announces that it has reinstated Mike Shiplet, who was announced this morning to be the new Xfinity Series competition director at Richard Childress. Richard Childress is putting some money into that Xfinity program. They're taking it a lot more seriously this year because they don't win all of them. They win some there, but not all of them. When I saw Charlotte penalties, I was like, wait, we're in the off season.
Weird.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got. Dale Earnhardt. I said that. Bowman was in the Chili Bowl. I don't know who won the Chili Bowl. Durst watched it. He was giving up his updates last night.
Yeah. McIntosh won the main A. They're doing main B today.
Oh, okay. So they haven't finished it yet.
No. Chase Briscoe was 5th last night in main A, so he doesn't get an automatic transfer.
Oh, wow. He's going to have to race into it. The qualifying race?
Yep.
Good. If you don't know how dirt racing works, it's really cool. You got to check it out.
That's different.
I'm surprised he's not running. Okay. Austin Cindric is to run IMSA racing for Rick Ware Racing.
I saw that.
That's so weird because Penske usually has a team in IMSA.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Trackhouse was not their first year.
It was their second year, though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But they only had a part-time schedule last year, I think.
It doesn't mean it was their first year.
All right. Rowdy. You know who Rowdy is. Kyle Busch. It will premiere on Amazon's Freevee on February 3rd. It's an original sports documentary. He deserves some documentaries about him. The boy has only won over 200 races in NASCAR.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to be first ballot?
Depends on who's voting.
You know he is.
If Lisa and I were voting, he's got no shot.
Yeah. But seeing you're not voting, and let me ask you guys a question. How many races do you think he'll win now that he's at Childress next year?
Oh, my Lord. A lot more than they did last year.
Let's do a poll.
I don't know. Some dude on Moody thinks that Austin Dillon is going to win a bunch of races because Kyle Busch is over there.
He's gonna.
That's some pretty good drugs right there.
Austin Dillon's not a bad driver.
Yeah.
But Kyle Busch is a mechanic, a tactician. He, like his brother Kurt, grew up.
He's not a mechanic.
Yeah, yes, he is. He built his own cars,
well,
just
then why
like
does
Kurt
he blame
did.
Everybody else for everything?
Because slow ass pit stops.
Yeah. Well, I honestly think Joe Gibbs just gave Kyle the shit
shaft.
Last year.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Absolutely.
Kyle didn't stand much of a chance last year, and he still won a race. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say he's
Back
probably
into
got.
it.
It's going to be hard because the parity with the new car is just ridiculous.
Right.
But I think he's got at least 3, maybe 4 wins next year, and the the tracks that he likes so much that he wins on all the time.
Because Reddick won 3,
Right.
and Kyle Busch can set up a car far better than Reddick, I would say Kyle's going to win 5 next year.
Ugh.
I also think he's
I hope
definitely
not.
going to be in the final 4.
I
Yeah.
hope he doesn't win 5.
I don't know if he'll win 5. I just think there's just too much parity with that car. Too many things can go wrong.
Yeah.
But I bet he has a ton of top 5 finishes.
And I bet he knocks a lot of Joe Gibbs cars out of the way,
I hope so.
especially that 54
Yeah, that
car.
I will enjoy.
He's going to wreck him.
I hope so. As long as
He's going to wreck the kid.
As long as he doesn't.
He owes him more than a couple for what his grandpa did to him.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's another reason why I think he's going to win 5, because he's got this burr up his butt. A mad Kyle Busch?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to. It's like driving against a mad Dale Earnhardt. Nope.
Are you gonna watch the documentary?
Maybe.
His wife will be in it.
Do you still hate her?
I don't hate her. Just, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
She look. Here's the whole reason why she blocked me in the first place. She gets way too much enjoyment when he used to beat like truck racers and Xfinity racers in those races. She's like got way. I was like, oh yay, he beat another person that's like way not as good as him, and then she blocked me. So yeah, so
there's that.
there's that.
Yeah.
E-racing. You guys have watched e-racing when there was no racing during the
Yeah.
shutdown of the world. We watched it every single race, and it's very good. These guys are very talented. 2 drivers now have come out of there, I believe. We know that 24. Byron
Yeah.
was discovered from his e-racing.
Yeah. Tim Hill is
And
great
also-
at e-racing too.
Yeah.
Who?
Timmy Hill.
Timmy Hill.
Yeah, Timmy Hill. You know, if he got a serious car or truck, he'd be a serious competitor.
Yeah, well,
He's gonna win
he proves that on e-racing. I mean, he beats all the regular drivers all the time.
Every week. Yep, he's excellent. And I think what's his face, the Xfinity driver for Junior, number 8,
Josh Berry.
Josh Berry. I think I know he was a short track driver.
I don't know.
But I think he was also
I
an
don't think he was an
e-racer.
e-racer, but
No?
I'm not sure.
I could be wrong.
He probably could be.
But all the major teams have e-racing teams now, so they take it seriously. They do. You know,
Well,
the hour passes so fast.
It's cheaper than
iRacing.
it's cheaper than
NASCAR.
it's cheaper than putting cars on the track.
Anyway, it's iRacing, NASCAR. I don't know why.
Right. Yeah, I know it's got 2 names, and it's weird. E-racing is the company, right?
It's iRacing.
Oh, iRacing is the company, and e-racing is the sport. Got it.
Yeah.
Very confusing. All right, guys. Anything anybody wants to add before we say goodbye?
Shut up, Chuck.
Is that all I get?
I said shut up, Chuck.
What?
No, I'm not doing it.
Oh, come on.
No.
Play along here.
It's Darcy's turn.
And Dercy, what do you have to add to it?
Well, because what Lisa just said, get off my lawn, Chuck.
It's the first time anybody's understood what you said yet. All right, everybody. We will be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Is that a threat?
Yep, absolutely. We're here to have fun. We get serious in a half an hour on the right side of politics. Which Dercy actually posted the link. Oh my God, we're all gonna die from heart attack. Good night, y'all. Everybody say good night.
Night, y'all.
Good night, Lisa.
Night, Dersh.
Good night, John Boy.
Yep, that.
Good night, Lulu.
Lulu.
We're out of here.